So I have with me my friend Jason Otley. Jason hasn't been here in a minute, but he's here by way of Face. Is this FaceTime or Skype or who?
Should be right there.
Zoom. And Jason, if you don't know Jason by now, you're about to know him. He's a health and wellness expert and founder of liveinspiredtransform.com. And he's one of the best trainers on this side of heaven. No matter where you are, he can train you. Jason, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are
It's
you?
Great to be back.
Yeah.
I'm doing excellent. It feels great to be back on the show. It's been about a couple months, but it's good to touch bases with everyone again.
Look like you've been locked away so long, your skin got light.
I think it's just the light. I got a lamp. It's not. I noticed the same thing. And trust me, lighting does a lot for the skin.
Apparently. So, Jason, for the people that don't know you, tell them about you, why you're a trainer, and you know inside and out of the bodies.
Oh yeah, just to give a brief, kind of bio on me. I always been in health and wellness since I started, and maybe in early 2000s, I got my bachelor's in exercise science, and ever since then, I've been in some way or form involved in health and wellness, whether it was working in a gym or working with corporate businesses to keep their employees healthy, fundraisers, just anything I could do to just get people to take their health serious and make it a priority, because I really think that's the true path to happiness, is being healthy. I don't think you can cover that up with anything else.
That's for sure. And you work with people around the world, wherever.
Yeah, wherever. I first started off with a one-on-one in-person training. I did that for a long time, but I kind of got stagnant and bored of that. And what really kind of revitalized my passion for fitness is working with people remotely, like around the world. I've had clients in New Zealand and Miami. It makes me more, excited to to cast a bigger net.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know people that Jason has worked with besides myself who have really been helped by it, folks. They lost weight, they feel good about themselves. And today, Jason has a special announcement. It's going to be amazing, so stay tuned. We're going to make it before he leaves today. What have you noticed about your clients' health and fitness during this Chinese virus shutdown?
Well, since we've been at home, I kind of noticed it in myself as well, and also getting feedback from my clients, is that we're all being, our activity has decreased, our physical activity. A lot of us are just sitting on our butts a lot longer just because we're not leaving to go to the office. Gyms are closed, and for various reasons, we're sitting more. And when we sit more, muscles in our body get weak and they shut off and pain comes up. So I've seen a lot of clients have back problems, hip problems. And even in myself, I feel a lot stiffer. So I had to really, incorporate that I don't have the gym to go to and to really apply the stuff that I need to do at home. Simple stretches and simple movement will offset some of the pains that you're feeling right now.
Yeah. Do you as a trainer, do you find yourself working out less now?
Naturally, I'm a routine person. So it's like, I have set hours that I go to the gym. And so if I deviate from that, my productivity goes down. So I had to manage. I'm not complaining or anything. I just deal with it.
Right.
But I did notice within myself that, yes, I wasn't as consistent. Even to this day, my consistency isn't as sharp as it was prior to COVID. So I can only imagine other people who aren't fitness professionals, how they're dealing with it. So I can understand.
That's amazing. And so what do you advise for people to do at this time? Because it is more difficult to work out at home or keep a routine going. What would you advise?
I would first advise, if you really can't get any physical activity and if all the gyms are shut down, just remember that walking is always going to be a sufficient exercise if it boils down to that. So just walking in itself is a great option. But if you're feeling pain in your back and it's not from a long history of pain in your hips, it's something kind of more sudden, Look at my website, liveinspiretransform.com. Under the video section, I have stretches that I felt like helped me tremendously as far as the hip and back pain, and as well as my clients as well around the world. So
Right.
liveinspiretransform.com. Under the video section, I just uploaded some new stretches. I think those are the bare minimum things you should be able to do during this time: walking and stretching.
Which is best, walking or running?
Walk before you run. Running is there's a smaller demographic of people who can run without injuries, because once you run, if your mechanics are bad, you can injure yourself. But walking is much more safer. So I always tend to go with the safer activity.
What is the best way to recover from an ankle injury?
Well, ankle injury doesn't have its own recovery process. So I'm going to give you my standard recovery. Any injuries, you always want to rest first. You don't want to rush back into anything. You want to ice. You want to ice it. Icing it's going to help with the inflammation that occurs after pretty much any injuries. You want to compress it. So you want to wrap it. If you're going to ice it, don't be afraid to wrap it, get it nice and tight on there, and keep it elevated. So those are always the 4 protocols. They're called RICE. So you rest, you ice, you compress, and you elevate. And you just repeat that over and over. And you'll see over time that your ankle would hopefully get better. Those are like the standard protocols.
How many times a day should they ice the ankle?
I was always told 15 minutes on, then an hour off, then 15 minutes on, then an hour off. So throughout the day, you don't want to just ice all day. I've even heard horror stories of some athlete fell asleep with the ice pack on his back or his hip, and he woke up and he was completely not paralyzed for life, but he was numb for a long time. So don't be irresponsible with using ice. So 15 minutes on, hour off, and repeat that process.
So I have a question here. Has he ever heard, referring to you, Jason, has he ever heard of chi running? Chi running.
I can't see the spelling of that. So off the top of my head,
C-H-I.
C-H-I running?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that. I cannot say.
Yeah, I've never heard that either.
I'll check it out. I'm always down to learn a new thing, so let me see what that's about.
I'm being told that it is like Asian martial art.
Well, Chi, in that sense, I know like Tai Chi. I heard Tai Chi. That's the only thing that I see. Like, I don't know. I haven't practiced it or anything about it, but I know of it. I've actually, when I was in China one time, and when you walk through the park, you see all the like senior citizens like actively do it in the park. They're way more active than I see like people out here. So I have seen it. People practice that.
Amazing. So if they should keep this Chinese thing going until November, because it look like that's what's going to happen. They're going to keep it going until the elections are over, and then everything will be normal again. The folks, we should walk and stretch, right?
That's the bare minimum. Obviously, if you could do more by, getting equipment. I know fitness equipment is hard to come by, but shortly I'm going to have some of the bare essential stuff you can eat. If you can't get dumbbells, it's fine. There's resistance bands, exercise sliders, suspension trainers. If you're not familiar with these type of equipment, it's okay. I'll try to have a package available for people to learn about it. But these are stuff that are A, affordable, B, work the whole body, and you can install it easily into your home. So there's ways to navigate through stuff, just like any other problem in life. There's ways around it and the ways to manage it while we get to the other side of it. So be as active as you can. And if you don't have a lot of resources, just walk and stretch. If you don't know how to stretch, check out my website, liveinspiretransform.com. I try to highlight all the stretches that I personally find really effective and has helped many of my clients.
So is it hard to find equipment now because the Chinese thing and people, they're selling out?
It's almost impossible. It's sold out everywhere. If you know someone, then yeah, you could probably get it from them. Luckily I have a small little resource of equipment for people who live in LA if they want to rent equipment, but it's not even that much. I thankfully have equipment, but I know a lot of people are struggling to get that, and it's okay if you don't. It doesn't mean that you have to bail on your health goals or your fitness goals. There's always a workaround. Equipment isn't the end all be all to things.
Right, absolutely. So I know that you and I have a little made a deal with what you're doing and the Entrepreneur Academy, Bond, our Entrepreneur Academy. Tell us about your raffle fundraiser you have with my Entrepreneur Academy.
Well, yeah, I'm going to raffle off a 12-week coaching program to anyone who's listening. You can purchase your raffle ticket on my website, liveinspiretransform.com. And I know you're going to have it on your website as well. So It's a 12-week coaching program. It's not going to just be about exercise. So being healthy, I think, yeah, movement is important, but also it's nutrition, how you recover, how you deal with stress. It's kind of like a 360 approach. And that's what the 12-week program is about. So enter the raffle. You're going to have a 12-week. We're going to work in close proximity through Zoom, through Trainerized apps and all that. So if you really want to take this step forward in your health amidst this pandemic, even though there's a lot of hurdles, we can make it through. So that's what the raffle is about. And the proceeds are going to a great cause, the Entrepreneur Academy of Bond, something that I'm really passionate about. I love seeing young entrepreneurs arise. I feel like that's the key to the future. I love school. I'm a product of college, and I personally feel like I wish I would have invested my time in college building my entrepreneur skills a little bit more than just being book smart. Book smart is great, but I love the entrepreneur field, and I encourage men to get into it as early as possible. It's never going to hurt to do that.
So some of you know that I have, as a part of my nonprofit organization, we've been around 30 years. We have a Entrepreneur Academy where we're teaching men of all races, ages 15 and up, how to start their own businesses. So check out this raffle fundraiser that Jason has going on. If it's not up on, I don't know if they put it up yet on the site, but it will be up today. And it would definitely
I'll share the link so you guys can get it up for sure.
Yeah, it would definitely help raise money for the Entrepreneur Academy. I appreciate that, Jason. Thank you for that.
No problem. So if you want to enter the raffle early, it is up already right now on liveinspiretransform.com. As soon as you go to that website, wait like 2 seconds, you'll get a pop-up to enter the raffle. So you can enter as low as $1. You can buy an unlimited amount of raffle tickets. Obviously, the more raffle tickets you buy, the higher the chance you are to win this 12-week program. It's going to run for about 4 weeks. So it starts today, and I believe the end date is on September 8th, and we're going to announce the winner on September 9th. All the dates are on the site, but I think that's what they are.
Amazing. Amazing. I appreciate that, man. I have a question from the audience, an audience question. How long until you get benefits from stretching? My problem is I can't seem to stay consistent, or I am not sure if stretching is really helping.
Excellent question. Who wrote that question? That's such a good question.
Somebody online. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Let me answer it quickly. However you're feeling, like, let's say you feel like you need to stretch because you're tight or you're stiff or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get that way in one day. It's a buildup over time. Literally your whole life has added up to you feeling stiff and tight. So to undo that process, it's going to take almost even more time to do it. So just because you don't feel the benefits right away, trust me, over time you will. But if you're doing the wrong stretches, you will never feel the benefits. So it's also important that you know what are the right stretches for your goals and needs. To get you started, again, I highlighted a few of the stretches that I feel like most people need, because general population usually falls in the same bucket of what they need, where their weaknesses and strengths are. So I tried to highlight that as a starting point as far as stretches. liveinspiretransform.com. Under the video, you'll see some stretches that I find personally really rewarding.
I know that, thank you for that. I know that the gyms are closed down in Los Angeles, and some people live in apartment buildings where they have gyms built in the building, within the building. Did they close those gyms down as well?
They sure did, because I live in one of those buildings. My gym, they were one of the first gyms to close. So the gym right in my building has been closed. And yeah, so they all close together. Even though it's in a building by the laws of California, they had to close as well. And most apartment complexes are being, compliant. So they're shutting it down. All the amenities, pools and all that have been closed for a while.
And so how are they able to make an apartment builder owner close his gym down and people still have to pay rent? Do you still have to pay the same amount of rent, or did they cut back on the rent?
I wish they did cut back on the rent, but no, they didn't. It's the same rent due.
One of the reasons of renting those type of buildings is for
the amenities.
Yeah,
I know. But everyone, I guess, is working on as a group effort to try to keep everyone safe. I think that's what the thought process is behind it. But it is, you pay for the amenities and you can't use it. It is something that thought definitely crossed my mind. I'm like, I wonder if they're going to cut back on the rent, but of course they didn't. I didn't expect them to, but it is what it is, right?
Amazing. Isn't that amazing? So Jason, last word, how do folks get you? And
if you aren't already, please follow me on Instagram, Live, Inspire, Transform on Instagram. I like to do giveaways. Just make sure you're following on my account. And again, liveinspiretransform.com. And that's where you can enter the raffle.
Do you still have
you guys
those?
can join us.
Do you still have those T-shirts up there as well? Live Inspire
T-shirts are up there. Live,
yeah.
Inspire, Transform T-shirts,
Nice.
Merchandise as well. So
Nice.
check out the website.
Okay. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And
I'll be back soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the fundraiser raffle that you have going there to help our entrepreneur
Looking forward
academy.
to it. Starts today. Get your raffle tickets in.
Right on. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, bye, buddy. Amazing. Check it out, folks. liveinspiretransform.com. All right. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.